Hi everyone, this is Greg and this is gonna be my another battle report. Once again my Lizardmen versus High Elves, 2,500 point battle line. So here is the magic. Aslan level 4 using Lure of Life, and his spells are Awakening of the Woods, Throne of Vines, Shell of Thorns and the Dwellers Below. And the level 2 Skink Priest using Lure of Beast with the Savage Beast of Horrors and Wildside Wild form. Here is the High Elf spellcasters. So level 2 got the Soul Quench and Arcane Forging, and the level 4 got the Drain Magic, Tempest, Hand of Glory and Fiery Convocation. So here's the High Elf deployment. Right in the forest he parked his Archmage. Next to him he has his unit of 30 archers, and behind that unit of 30 archers he has his first Frost Phoenix, proxying by my Wyvern. And in the middle he has his 35 White Lions with the full command and the banner of the World Dragon. And with that unit he also got the Mage Priest level 2 and the BSB. Behind that unit he has his Prince on the Eagle, and I completely forgot to take any notes of his magic items he actually took, so apologies for that. And on his left flank, just a copy, another unit of 30 archers, and behind them is another Frost Phoenix, this time proxying by Cockatrice. And here's the Lizardmen. On the very left you can see that on the picture, but I have my Saurus Carvet on a cold one. Next to him there's a Salamander with the 4 Skink Handlers, followed with the Saurus Allblood on a cold one. And then I've got my 11 Skink Skirmishers with the Blowpipes, with my Skink Priest level 2 with the Cube of Darkness, and behind them is my 20 Temple Guards with the full command, my General Slan, which is actually a spellcaster as well, a Scarvet as a BSB. Then in the front another unit of Skink Skirmishers, this time is 12 of them with the Javelins and Shells. And behind them is my unit of 34 Saurus Warriors with the Gorok. After that I've got my Ancient Stegodon with the Blowpipes, and the last is a unit of 12 Skink Skirmishers with the Blowpipes. So here is a battlefield overview. It's nice, actually. I just finished the base for Garden of War. This is played in my place. So the forest on his side, he rolled, it turns out to be a blood forest, and we played that 2 hills are actually forests as well. So the hill where the skinks skirmishers are turns out to be a fungus forest. So the Lizardmen turn 1, everything progresses. As you can see, I moved my skink skirmishers with the blowpipes and the skink priest into the Garden of War and into a shooting phase. So right off the bat, Ancient Stegodons with his blowpipes took care of his Archmage in that forest, and the unit of skink skirmishers with the javelins goes 1-1 to this archers on his right flank. And here is a High Elf turn 1. I can't remember that, but I think he elected to charge my Stegodon, and I said you can't, because even though you lie with the front arc, but there's a unit in front of you. Yeah, the argue to that one was his fly special rule. I think I made a mistake, but yeah, he then put a charge marker to skinks skirmishers. His general put a declare charge in the middle of unit of skink skirmishers, and the White Lions also decided to charge the skink skirmishers, this time with the Garden of War. And yeah, I just skipped that, but the all skink skirmishers elect to flee, and I think he put his general into Ancient Stegodon on the Eagle. And in the magic phase he cast the Soul Quench, causing 1 wound to Saurus warriors. And because he cast that spell with irresistible force, he suffered a miscastable roll and turns out to be a 3. So I think the wizard took a wound from the big template, and 8 white lions took a wound. And in fact, I look at the rule on the miscast table and came back to a FAQ or RATA, and the BRB states that the miscast table are magical attacks, so he's supposed to have his 2 upward save versus magical attacks. Okay, I think that banner is broken for 50 points. So the shooting phase, he shot his archers into the fleeing king skirmishers, causing 6 wounds to them. I can't remember how many shots he fired them. Like, I look at that, they are -1 to hit, -2 to hit. I think it's I can't remember, it's a long range, I think, so it's minus. I think he was hitting on something on 6s, but yeah, still amount of the shots, 30 shots and only 6 wounds, right? So down to close combat. His Frost Phoenix with my all or Scarvet. There was a pillow fight, even though he got his +1 attack because of the Winds of Magic. So there was no wounds caused. And another close combat here. His general on the eagle caused 1 wound to this ancient stegodon. So the Lizardmen turn 2. I declare a charge on my Saurus warriors into his general on that eagle. And another charge was my all blood decided to charge the white lions. And the thought behind of that was I should be taking care of that general, and by the time I get and kill him, my all blood should issue the challenges and stay there for 2-3 turns. Yeah, so this is the reminder of the movement. All skirmishers rally, so that was very lucky. Move my salamander so I can shoot the archers on his left flank, and move on to magic phase. I cast the dwellers below on that archers and killed 11 of them. So follow the shooting phase. I miscast my salamander, and the salamanders decide to eat 2 king's handlers. Yeah, why not? Just eat them. And in the close combat, I declare, or I issue a challenge, and he accepts with his unit champion, and I overkill him by 5 points or 5 wounds. So this is, I think, the maximum after challenge. So I think by the end of it, he is 3 ranks banner in the BSB, which is outright 5, I think. I think so, yes. So I charge, and I've caused 5 wounds. I actually won that by 1. So, but he was stubborn, or leadership 10 or something, or leadership 9. I can remember, maybe 10. And in this close combat, I managed to cause 2 wounds to his general, I think with the Gorok, and he caused 1 wound to my Saurus warriors. And in the right combat, because he's +1 strength from the Winds of Magic and his Frost Phoenix, he managed to take a wound of Scarvet on the cold one. So the High Elf turn 2. He puts his Frost Phoenix right in the middle. I don't think so there's any charges declared. The magic phase, his caster is in the close combat, so he cannot do anything. And the shooting phase, he goes 2 wounds to Salamander, And in close combat I issue another challenge, and this time he accepts with his BSB, and I managed to take 2 wounds off him. And this time I think if I cause 2 wounds, he's a 3 ranks and a banner. I think I lose by 2, but I managed to roll a 4 or on my 3 dices, or actually on 2, discarding the highest result because of the cold blood. So we stick. In this close combat, I managed to kill his general, the remaining of his 1 wound with my Gorok. And look at that model. He made this model himself a couple of years ago. Yeah, very talented. Actually, he made a few models himself. Just sculpt them himself, like. Yeah, what I'm showing here are the close combat with the Frost Phoenix. The Frost Phoenix managed to kill the Scarlet on the very right and reform, as you can see. So the Lizard in turn 3, I decide to put my Saurus Warriors block into White Lions, and declare a charge also with my Ancient Stegodon into this unit of White Lions. Right, so my Saurus Warriors needed to roll a 5, and they roll a 4. So they failed the charge, however the Ancient Stegodon made that. And the remainder of the movement looks like this. I put my Salamander out of the front arc from that Frost Phoenix on the right, and everything progressed as you can see. Took away that Skink Priest from the Garden of Moor, so he can't see with the shooting, and charged the Frost Phoenix. And in the magic phase I cast Awakening of the Wood on his Frost Phoenix. So this is basically 1d6 strength 4 hits, and because the Throne of Vines the strength are 6, so I managed to take a wound off that Frost Phoenix. And I also cast the Shield of Thrones on my Cold One, or All Blood, but at this point it doesn't really matter, because the banner of the dragon, or whatever, that broken thing. So he managed to save all the wounds caused by the spell. In the shooting phase, the skirmishers in that Garden of War killed 2 archers, and the Salamander hunting pack finally got the lucky roll and put template all over all models of that archers, causing 14 wounds. Lucky enough they passed the panic test. And yeah, the 3 models on the left, there's another shooting from that skirmishers with the blowpipes. So 3 of this left unit of the archers are dead as well. And in the close combat, he caused 3 wounds to Ancient Stegodon and 1 to this all blood, and all in total I caused 5 wounds to the White Lions and 1 wound to his spellcaster with my Ancient Stegodon. It might be an impact hits or a stomp attack, can't remember. Yeah, they didn't pass the break test. Of course, there is no leadership from the general, there is no reroll from the BSB, and the high elves are left without any support. But yeah, he ran away from the combat. I decided to pursue him with my Old Blood, and thinking of, yeah, he's straight, so he'll be rolling 3 dice. But no, he was short, so very unfortunate. And the high elf turn 3. He decided to charge his Frost Phoenix into a unit of Temple Guards, and another Frost Phoenix into that skirmishers in the Garden of Moor. And yeah, they passed the terror test. The general was nearby, so why not? We're gonna fight the Frost Phoenix. And magic phase, I think he rolled Snake Eyes for the magic phase, and right off the bat he got reduced his ward save on the Frost Phoenix down to 6 up only. And the shooting phase, I think he managed to shoot my Ancient Stegodon and cause 1 wound to him, and that big block of the archers caused 1 wound to the Saurus on the left. Yeah. The thought was that he will cause more wounds to them by shooting, but I think in fact that was a long range, and the strength was 3 and the Saurus are toughness 4. So, and the close combat, the Frost Phoenix caused 4 wounds to the Temple Guards, and I caused 1 wound to him. And they're in the Garden of Moor. I just removed my skinks basically, knowing he'll just kill them outright. This is a Frost Phoenix against skinks, so, and there was only 4 of them. And yes, this is a Lizardman turn 4. I forgot last turn. I think he rally his. Yeah, he definitely rally his White Lions. So on this turn 4 for the Lizardman, I declare a charge to archers. And in the magic phase, I cast Wiseye Wild Form on the Temple Guards. So they actually plus 1 strength, which is good. And knowing that the Frost Phoenix is minus 1 strength and always strike last to striking unit against him. And another lucky spell, Awakening of the Wood, and this time cost 3 wounds to this Frost Phoenix. So he's 1 wound left. And look at that. The blowpipes fires. Oh yeah, I put back the wound to my Ancient Stegodon because of the lower attribute. And yeah, the shooting, the blowpipes fires and the White Lions. And look at his saving throws. I caused 6 wounds, and he didn't manage to cause any of that wound saved. Look at that roll. There's 5 ones and a 2. I said it to him. He needs to change the dice for the next game. Definitely you need to change the dice for the next game. And in the close combat, I managed to with the impact hits, I think, and all the attacks, I managed to cause 6 wounds to these archers. And oh no, the previous was I caused 6 wounds because of the spell, and this time in the close combat I caused 3 wounds to these archers, and I managed to kill the Frost Phoenix. So that was very lucky. And the High Elf's turn 5. He declared a charge to my with his White Lions to my Old Blood, which I need to accept anyway. That will be a flank charge. And then he charged my skirmishers with the javelins, which elects to flee as a charge reaction. After that, he passed his leadership and he redirect his charge into my Ancient Stegodon. And right, yeah, I acknowledge my mistake. The Stegodon, or the Ancient Stegodon, is immune to psychology, and from the BRP it means he cannot choose to flee as a charge reaction to the Frost Phoenix. So I played this wrong. Apologize for that. Means that Frost Phoenix failed the charge. So then he moved his archers and put them so they can shoot on the salamander. The magic phase he rolled very high. I think he got 6 and a 5, and because he has no spellcaster, all he could do was to dispel my Throne of Vines and the other spell on the All Blood. She managed to do it. The shooting phase, he was trying to shoot my salamander, but he missed or he didn't wound. And in the close combat, he did not get any wounds of my old blood. I managed to kill 4 of his white lions. And yeah, this is Lizardmen turn 5. There was no charges declaration. I managed to rally my ancient stegodon. And the kings, skirmishers in that forest, they still fleeing. And in the magic phase, yeah, I just finished the awakening of the wood. Just cast that again. I think I managed to cause 4 wounds, but he was 1 left. So managed to kill the frost phoenix. Right, so that was the end of the game. And the thoughts afterwards was that immune to psychology, so you need to stand and hold the ground. Or I think the ancient stegodon, because of the blowpipes, can still stand and shoot. Or if I'm not right this time, folks, correct me. And another thing is that fly special rule and the charge. So you basically, when your frost phoenix is behind the unit and it's lie within the front arc of the target, I think because of the fly, he just pick up by his wings and charge the target. So that was played wrong, or my explanation to that rule to my opponent was very wrong. And the last thing is that banner of the word dragon and the miscast table. So basically it states that the miscast table are magical attacks. So banner of the word dragon gives you a word save versus magical attacks, which I can't understand why you're buying that. I think it's obsidian amulet for 45 points, which gives you MR2 or MR3, which is a magic resistance 3, and the magic resistance gives you only a word save versus spells, and it's still a magic. I don't know. I just give up. But basically, I can't see any high elf army without taking a banner of the word dragon for a major combat block. Yeah, it's just that banner is so broken. Meaning it's so good. I mean, like, but it's frustrating for the opponent. So that's it, guys. Leave some comments. Put the thumbs up if you like that battle report, and yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you with the next one. Bye.